So last year, during our first ever Oracle Open, we had it was on a Friday, and so we still had Free Comedy Friday. And one of the comics that came down was Shayne Smith. First time meeting him. Mm-hmm. Maybe you had such an impact on all of us, Shayne, that I will never forget you. Yeah. And so when I saw that you were back in San Diego performing at the American Comedy Company this weekend, I got excited.
That's the goal here.
Yes, this is good, man. This is good. You were such a fascinating story. You're such an interesting guy. And on top of that, hilarious.
Oh, thank you so much.
So I'm telling you, this is all win for all of us that Shayne's back in town.
Yes, it definitely is.
So if people don't know, if you're listening for the first time, if you missed Shayne's appearance on our show that time, Shayne, your backstory is insane. It's awesome. It's just a trip, man. So you grew up in Utah, correct?
I did, yeah.
And so, Utah is a pretty, laid back place. It's pretty, religious, if you will.
Yeah, like if I were to envision a white guy from Utah, this is not what I would see coming at me right now.
I said laid back. I should say uptight.
Yeah, I was going to say laid back is not
more
the
California.
term.
Yeah,
I don't know why I said laid back. I think it's more uptight, kind of it's a very straight-laced sort of place, right?
Yeah.
And so I see Shayne for the first time, and he is tatted out head to toe. We're talking face tattoos. I mean, every part of your body is basically tatted out, right?
Yeah. I'm working on the thighs and the butt. That's all I've got left.
Oh, wow.
Nice. Yeah. This is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And so, we were talking with Shayne, and it turns out Shayne, he grew up very differently than your average Utahian.
Wait a second.
Yeah, Utahan? Is that what
I don't know. How do you say it? I don't know.
I think that would be. I think I've done it. I've invented it. Okay. Utahan is
That's
it.
Pretty cool.
There you go.
That's pretty cool. So share with everybody kind of how you grew up.
I grew up in a very, very small town in the middle of Utah, very poor, in like a trailer. I also grew up, my family's very white trash, so I was like, a criminal, not the best person.
Right.
And so I grew up around motorcycle clubs and all of these types of people. So I just grew up like a small town, sketchy kid, who was up to all of the stuff all the time.
Good.
No good.
You're up to no good.
Yeah, every night is mischief night when you were me as a kid.
What age did the first tattoo come as a kid growing up in a trailer park?
14 years old.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. I was mostly covered by the time I was 19.
Oh, no way.
14 to 19, you did almost your whole entire body.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
and what was
unbelievable.
the first one? And was it a legit tat, or was it like some dude with a pen?
Like backyard
Yeah.
style.
So most of my tattoos were at first kitchen table tattoos.
Nice.
Which is to say, like, some guy was like, I've done it. I've invented a tattoo machine.
Let's try it.
And in my 14-year-old brain, I was like, this seems legit.
Yeah,
Let's go ahead and get a whole sleeve right now.
You're certified.
Yeah.
I got a 3/4 sleeve last year, and it was so painful in certain spots where I was like sweating profusely and crying pretty much, like under my arm right here and all this area. I can't imagine being like at a house at 14 with some random machine.
Oh, dude.
It's so painful on my neck. Oh my god.
Yeah. So bad. And then it's a kid who can only draw like 7 variations of the same skull.
Oh no, dude.
That's phenomenal. Out of all the tats, what's the one that's the most painful? What area on your body?
Probably my stomach.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's all fat there.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you
I'm
for
just
that.
saying, in general.
Super
There's no like.
Sounds like
it's just
something going on with you, but not
incredible.
Shayne looks pretty skinny.
I've been hitting the gym regularly to avoid that exact thing from happening.
Ouch.
Damn it.
The stomach is the worst. And then I'm not a small guy, so it was like 4 hours at a time getting my stomach tattooed. Just horrific. Yeah.
Would you go with Thug Life or something?
No.
Like West Side? What do we got on?
I have a giant bear on my stomach.
Of course you do.
My entire
Hungry
stomach
bear.
and chest is a bear. The ears go over my nipples. It was
perfect.
Well, that sounds good.
decisions.
Brilliant.
Like Yogi Bear or like a
Grizzly.
Smokey.
Oh, Smokey the Bear.
Yeah.
He's very friendly. So.
Sweet.
Cool. So you grew up, mischief, criminal stuff, led into a gang.
Yes.
A lot of gang activity in Utah.
So no, not in Utah in general, though there is people are always surprised, like, what, there's criminals in Utah? It's like, well, yeah, there's crime everywhere.
That's true.
Yeah, so there are gangs in Utah, especially motorcycle clubs, and so we were up to stuff. I lived in Salt Lake City, which is like a major city, and we got up to all kinds of horrible things.
Oh, man.
So, yeah.
So what turned the life around? What did you go,
comedy.
okay, this ain't working. I should probably do something else?
Well, there was a time, my brother was also a criminal, and there was a time where, this is really random, we were in a fist fight with just some regular people, So
you were not against each other. You were tag teaming.
No, yeah, we were fighting these other people.
Who doesn't have this story?
Exactly.
Yes,
so
yes.
we're in Arby's, we're fist fighting these people. Yep.
Over roast beef stuff.
Yeah.
What?
So someone hit one of my friends with a snowball and then ran inside the Arby's, and we were like, well, you guys have made the worst mistakes of your lives. So we're fist fighting these like college kids in Arby's, and I remember my brother was punching this guy, and I was like, but look, my brother's much larger than me.
Oh my God.
And scarier, and so he's really winning a lot.
The guy's face looks like Arby's sauce.
Yeah, he's Mike Tysoning this man, and then I looked and there's this family, and they were trying to eat, and the mom was like covering her son's eyes. And I was like, as if their like tops were gonna pop off or something. I don't know, but I just remember being like, "Oh, my brother's the bad guy.
This is the moment."
Yeah. And I was like, "We're the bad guys.
Yes.
Like this isn't good."
Damn
and
it.
it was this weird, like all of a sudden moment of clarity
You
where
had an Arby's epiphany.
yes, exactly. seeing my brother be the person, I was like, oh, well, then I'm the person. It was this weird
You're
third.
with that.
Anyway, so after that, both of us like had a talk, and we were like, we got to get out of here. And so one thing
both
led
of
to
you.
another.
Is your brother reformed as well?
Yeah. My brother's he's doing way better than me.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Was he like a banker or something?
Exactly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. Man.
Yeah, so he's like a guy. He has a wife.
What?
Yeah, I know. Look at him go.
Good for him.
Is he
know.
tatted up too, like you are?
Not like me, but more than the average person. For
Oh,
sure.
really?
Like his torso's mostly covered and stuff, but he's not like his face or neck or anything.
He's not still going like you are.
Yeah, he's so I live in New York, and I went to Coney Island, and they have a freak show there.
Yeah.
And the freak show guy with the tattoos had less tattoos than me, and I was like, that's a problem.
Wow. Shane, that's unbelievable.
So yeah, my brother's not freak show level, but he's a lot of tattoos level.
Wow.
That's crazy. Shayne Smith in studio hanging out with us, performing at the American Comedy Company tonight and tomorrow night. Now, at this point in your life, reformed, you're great. You're one of the nicest guys I've ever met. Which
So
is,
sweet.
That's why I can't wrap my head around you being a criminal, but you're such a nice dude.
Well, thank you.
Yes. Do you regret any of the tats at this point, or do you still enjoy them?
No, there's too many to feel bad
But
about.
is there one you go, damn it, I wish I wouldn't have done that one. I could have done this. Or...
So I've got one of my sleeves a second time, and I got my throat a second time because I got those bad tattoos.
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah, I would
So you
regret.
covered them
She got covered up.
Yeah, so I've gotten a ton of covers. So I've gotten twice the tattoos of someone even who has a lot of tattoos. So I definitely wish I would have gotten more high quality
Better
ones.
work. Yeah.
So you did
Is that Dos Equis on your neck? Or what do you got?
So you did a kitchen table tattoo on your neck?
Oh yeah,
Oh!
get in there, baby.
Did
On my face too.
heavy hand? Heavy hand on
Oh
that guy?
yeah, single needle in like a. It was one of those like rotary machines with a single needle and like a pen, like a prison style tattoo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh
The
my
shading is
God.
probably what hurt the most.
Yeah, bleeding.
Ooh, that's fun.
Jeez, Lord.
Yeah.
Wow.
Really earning that.
Yeah, man,
Yeah,
that's crazy. Now, I don't know if this is accurate or not, but this says here on my sheet that you recently got injured. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I am a big idiot, and I played semi-pro football, assuming it would be fine.
Wait, hold on, Shane.
Wait.
Did you grow up playing football? Are you a football player?
Nope.
Not at all. So you
Nope.
just decide you're going to step into semi-pro.
My friend played college ball for the Southern Utah University.
Okay, so legit.
So he's a semi-pro football player. He's on an actual semi-pro team. He's like, I'm going to play. And I was like, I want to hang out. And he's like, well, I have a game. And I was like, it's fine. I'll play in the game. And he
You
was
know
like,
what this means?
nope.
Yeah, no.
I was like, they got pads on. How bad can baseball be? Or,
wait, what?
wrong
Sport right.
sport.
You gotta get
Yeah.
sport right.
So we convinced the coach. He's like he convinces the coach to let me play by telling them I played for the University of Phoenix. And he's like, Phoenix University? And I was like, you got it, buddy.
Dude.
So I show up to play. I've never played before. I'm literally Googling what position to play. I picked safety because I thought that would be the one.
The safe spot.
Yeah, safe in the title.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
There's a real YouTube video. You could go look this up, how to play safety on YouTube.
Shut up.
And the guy who's doing the thing, he goes, there's two kinds of safeties. There's a guy who knows the game and reads the play, and there's an animal. And I looked over at my friend and I was like, well, guess I'm the animal because I do not know how to play this game. I had pads that were too big.
Oh, no.
You know, I had shoes that were a size too big. Also, I had no bottom pads. I just wore basketball shorts.
Why did you do that?
When the other team saw me, one of the players was like, you got basketball shorts on, man? And I was like, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. And I was right.
Yeah, what happened?
So someone got injured, and I ended up filling in for someone who was playing tackle.
Dude, that's
Play offensive line?
that's a huge position.
It's a huge position.
Yeah.
Those guys are large, so I get up there and I see this like VW bug of a man.
Okay.
And he's staring at me, and I was like, I'm gonna die. Yeah. They snapped the ball. I somehow got past him, and
you're defensive tackle.
Yeah, defensive tackle.
Okay.
So I get past the offensive line, and I made a tackle.
Wow.
People are losing their minds.
You're like
this is the biggest moment of my entire life. Yeah. We set back up for the next play. The dude who I got past is now like, well, you've got to die now.
Of course.
They snap the ball. He puts his hands underneath my pads.
Oh, yeah.
Picks me up into the sky.
Oh, my God.
This dude's like 300 pounds. I weigh 180.
Oh, no.
And he literally just like spikes me into the ground and Mortal Kombat fatalities me so hard that my shoulder comes out of socket.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Shayne.
Yeah.
Wow.
Was it a good time?
It was, and that was a long time.
Yes, and was that the end of your career?
That was the end of my career.
Oh,
The beginning and end. I lasted for one half and then
you made a
part of a
tackle?
quarter, and I made a tackle.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much,
That's
everybody.
hysterical.
Wow.
Oh, my God. Well, you got to go see Shayne.
Yes.
He's one of our favorites. He's performing at the American Comedy Company tonight and tomorrow night. Good to see you again, Shayne. That was
Yeah,
awesome,
of course. Thanks for having me, guys.
Always.